Hey, what's up, guys? My brothers and sisters. I just want to let you know that I do see the planes. I'm not saying that they don't spray, because obviously I see the planes. But if you look closely, a lot of them are not planes. And I think a lot of people are starting to realize this. And,
This weird-looking box is called a cloud chamber, and it makes invisible radiation visible. Each of those trails is left by a particle of radiation emitted from the object inside here. In my last video, you saw this negative ion pendant I got on Amazon that turned out to be radioactive. But today, we're going to use a hotter item. To start the chamber, I first need some dry ice. It's spread in an even layer on a styrofoam sheet, and then the chamber's aluminum base plate is placed on top. Then, the felt sponges are soaked with pure alcohol and the lid is put on. As the system cools down, the alcohol vapor will sink to the bottom and be super cooled by the dry ice. The vapor wants to condense, but it can't. When a particle of radiation comes flying through here, it ionizes the air and allows the vapor to momentarily condense, leaving a trail behind.
If they didn't spray the skies with what they're spraying, we'd be in a whole heap of trouble. I'll tell you that much. The purpose of them spraying the sky is to keep radiation from getting to you. Because our magnetosphere is filled with abundant amounts of plasma, which then goes from the sky to the ground to the sky. This plasma is the reason why you're seeing orbs come from the ground to the sky, which I've recorded hundreds of times. I've recorded orbs of plasma coming out of the side of hills, maybe 50 yards away from me. I've recorded the dirt climbing onto trees. I have a video of dirt that climbed a tree. How did the dirt from the ground climb all the way to the top of that branch? Well, you're damn right. Electricity. Plasma is a crazy thing. Electricity is a crazy thing. I've been saying it for a long time. You can hear it in your sockets of your walls when everything's cracking and popping. You could hear it in your soda. When you open a soda can, just let it sit there for a couple of days and listen to the boop. It'll sound like a drop just dropped. You'll hear extra carbonation coming from out of that can. I've even recorded opening a bottle of soda, and when I closed it, you could still hear it hissing. I've never really known soda to do this. And it's quite odd because I get lazy and I leave my soda cans everywhere until I decide, you know what, I better clean this up. So when my soda cans are kind of just sitting there, I keep hearing these like drops of like water. I mean, it literally sounds like a bloop. It's coming from the soda can. You can hear paint cans, water bottles, Coke bottles, even inside of my fridge, things that are closed, you can hear them pop. They go pop. Paint can goes boom. Maybe the glass on your windshield or your house sounds like somebody's throwing little pebbles at it. That's because it's waves of energy flowing through you, me, the house, the trees, the rocks. I had plasma shooting out of my fingers. Isn't that crazy? Whoa. I can only keep proving what I've been saying so many times. And then I found this kind of funny. See if I can find him real quick. Before the eclipse happened, there he is. I like watching this guy sometimes. He's kind of silly just because of the things that he's saying. But you know, before the eclipse happened, they were already telling you that they were going to be spraying the skies, weren't they? You already had this in your mind that they were going to be spraying the skies. And sure enough, that's what people were saying. Now they're saying chemicals in the air. And I just wanted to show you what this guy was saying real quick, because I don't know, I find it kind of funny. But you see the picture up top. I know it's kind of small, but it's basically this contraption that's supposedly controlling the weather or shooting chemicals in the air. The equivalent of what they're showing here in this picture to the sky is literally a box fan and a spray bottle. Why do they want you to believe that so hard? They want you to believe that. So this was already set in your mind that they were going to be spraying poison or controlling the weather during the eclipse. They overhyped it. You know, scaring everybody. But the event, the big event, is not coming here yet. But I will say the last sign from our Creator was on the 8th. The Creator was showing you his ultimate power. He controls the celestial bodies. He controls the mechanics of this world. He controls the jet stream. He controls the weather. He controls all. So I don't put my faith in man, because man lies about pretty much everything. Oh, look at here. Another earthquake in that one area. Very interesting. Were they all today? Just about. But, you know, I can show you the Navy map. The Navy flood map. And I can tell you that it's already happening. See this little outline right here in California? Yeah, that's the only spot on the Navy map that's probably going to make it. Right here. See where all that interference is happening right there? Well, that's because it's the hills and the mountains. So the rest of California will be underwater when that day comes pretty soon. So yeah, you'll have tidal waves from the coast, the Gulf, the East Coast. Yep. You know, everyone has their eye on Cali, but, you know, nobody ever pays attention to the Gulf Coast, East Coast. It may come from where you least likely expect it, you know? Look at all these earthquakes happening. I could probably tell you an earthquake is on the way right now. Look at all the earthquakes in Alaska. It's getting there. Story hasn't changed, ladies and gentlemen. Peace, love, and chicken grease.